Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Tiffany Beeston from Beauty and the Beastons, and I upload every single Tuesday and Thursday. Today we are doing our Halloween party prep. So as you can see here, my husband took all of the stuff out of the basement and put it together for me while I was on my daughter's field trip, so that was really nice to come home to. So once we have everything set up, we have our arches, we have our tables that we use for all of our parties, and these tablecloths that we got from eFavorMart a while ago come in clutch all the time. I love that they go to the bottom of the tables just to really dress up a plain plastic table. And then of course we always got to get a garbage going for outside for all of the trash out there, and these industrial garbage bags are perfect for parties and get-togethers. Next, he's just washing all of the things that we use for our drinks. So we have these that we usually use for sangria, as well as some shot glasses. Then we are moving on to our balloon arch. So first, just like setting up and putting the furniture together, and then the balloons, because they're tedious. The one thing I did forget are like the long clear balloons that I normally tie my balloons together with. So you'll see what I did in a minute here, but basically what I've learned with making balloon arches is that it's so much easier to make two balloons at a time and then tie them together. I also wear gloves so I don't rip my hands apart, and this just saves so much time tying the two balloons together. It's way faster. And then I take another set of two balloons and just twist them around together. And once I have all of my clusters of 4 pre-made, I will go ahead and put them together with the clear long balloons. However, I didn't have them this time, so I just used a string. I just wanted to put in a little mom moment slash bit of advice right here, because originally my husband was bringing my oldest son to soccer, and I said, do you want to bring the girls with you? Because it's so much easier for me to get the balloons done when they're not here. And once I saw like the joy that they had helping, I felt awful for saying that, because they really didn't mess anything up, and seeing the joy in their eyes as like the balloons were flying up in the air from the balloon pump and just helping, I felt awful for trying to not have them involved. And what I really had to think about was like, if a couple balloons pop, or if it's not perfect, is that more of a big deal, or is this a core memory for your kid helping their mom set up for a Halloween party? And I just had to like give myself like a check. I had to check myself. Same with this. We are starting on making our dirt and worms, which was a classic growing up and is still a classic for everybody that comes to these Halloween parties. They always love the dirt and worms. So first we're starting off making our pudding. But that's not to make you feel bad, because like I said, I wanted them to go with my husband so that I could put them together quicker. But you always see that quote that like kids are supposed to slow you down and make you enjoy life more. So I don't know, if you can just try to reframe your mind to what these memories mean to them versus if something is perfect. And finally, that's where I'm at. Even if it feels like, oh my gosh, if you're stressed out for time and all of it, just letting them help is a core memory for them. So, and it's also a core memory for me. Like, I want them to remember doing these parties with their mom and just having fun and not having like some crazy stressed out mom that needed everything to be perfect. So I'm very, very over perfect and happy with how everything else is. Meanwhile, here I am scrubbing this to make it cleaner, but we've had this thing for years, since Carter was a baby, and it's a great purchase because it's just this little like blow up thing that you put ice in, keeps your drinks cold or like any salads cold, and it's great. But it had like a bunch of like dirt and like random orange stuff on it from sitting in the basement, so I cleaned that first. And then we are headed outside. We're setting up our new projector that we got, which I got for like $80. I thought that was an amazing deal for this massive projector. It's 16 feet tall, and then this Velcro, or the white part Velcros onto it, and it's absolutely perfect. There's like stakes that go into the ground, and I couldn't be happier with it. And I'm happy that now we have it, and I dream of like having movie nights at the bay in the summer and, you know, just all of it. So now we're just moving some furniture over to kind of set this area up for lounging and for people to sit during the party.
I'm just waiting for you to take me out. All I wanna do is have some fun. I'm just waiting.
Now that we have the furniture where we want it, Chris bought this whole couch down to the patio area. It was on the deck to give us more space for food and drinks on the deck, which I thought was a great idea. And now we're just putting this arch cover on. What's sad is that we left it out that night and it got so windy after the party that like it bent. So now I need to buy a new one. But I'm back up on the deck now, just blowing all the leaves off so I can set up the tables up here and put a banner on this little like leaf wall that we have behind me. It also lights up and looks great at night. I did such a terrible job. One, taking pictures. I took one picture the entire night, same with Chris, and then I didn't do a great job at getting overviews of everything because people started to show up for the party and then I was just in the moment, which is great, but I still wish I had more pictures. I have like nothing from the party. So next year I think I'm going to put out little disposable cameras on the tables and just have everybody hand them in at the end of the night and then print out a bunch of pictures and take pictures of them and send them. What do you guys normally do for parties? I feel like there has to be like a digital option as well, but I'm happy that everybody was in the moment instead of just taking pictures because, I don't know, so far this is our, I think, second Halloween party and we love it. I feel like everyone looks forward to it and everybody just has an amazing time. The kids have a great time watching a movie on the projector. The parents have a great time catching up and just, I don't know, it was perfect. I couldn't change anything besides taking more pictures.
Baby, you special. I can't wait it out tonight.
Now we are just setting up the drinks. I showed like a little overview of this on Instagram and someone was like, I guess it's not a kid party. And yeah, it is a kid party, but it's also a parent party. I think we had a total of 60 people. And we definitely have drinks left over, but I'm always the type of person that's like, I never want to run out of anything. So luckily we have the outside fridge, but we can always use these for other like events that we host or holidays and things like that. But just because it's a kid party doesn't mean that parents can't have a seltzer here and there, right?
I know, ain't no distance, ain't no time to get me back to you. Yeah.
I was so happy with how this came out. It's just clean and cute, and I love that it's done ahead of time. And then right before the party, we poured ice over everything, and it was cold anyway, so it worked out. I wish I would have got an overview what it looked like in the dark with the lights on. But anyway, now we're working on the sangrias. I'm making a red sangria and a white sangria. I'm not putting like any liquor in here or anything like that. I am just adding apple cider and cinnamon, and that's what makes it taste good.
See, Oluwa don't bless me. Not true, no be ghost ride. If they say I didn't listen, babe, you're the one that I'm missing, girl. And my darling, would you wait for me, girl? Yeah, cause now you did cross my mind. Would you wait for me, girl? I know, ain't no distance, ain't no time to get me back to you.
Chris ran out and got apple cider, so while he's doing that, I'm just cutting up some oranges and apples to go in with the two different sangrias. We always have like so much leftover food and drinks. I think next year I'll do like maybe one sangria and then do the other one with like lemonade or something for the kids. And everyone always brings something too, so there's always so many like treats and things left over. For food, we ordered, usually we just do pizzas. As we did last year, we had so much pizza left over. So this year, we only did a couple of pizzas, and then we did platters of like appetizers, which were like mozzarella sticks, chicken fingers, french fries, and that type of food. And we still had so much food left over. I just feel like a lot of people just have like the snacks and stuff during parties and don't eat as much. I don't know. What is your experience with food at parties? For Everly's birthday party, it's a brunch, princess brunch, so we'll do what we normally do where we get like a brunch food catered and have mimosas and that kind of thing.
I know
While I'm waiting on the apple cider, I got these black bins from Dollar Tree, and I just like to fill them up with chips because these are always a hit for the kids. Just, it's something that they can grab and go, and parents too. Just like way cleaner than having bowls of chips out, in my opinion. I love a good chip and dip, so don't get me wrong, but for a party of like 60, it doesn't usually work out that well. And then in these, I'm just putting Honest juices. We also had sodas out on the table as well. Now I'm outside just cleaning off the grill because we kind of use this as another table currently. My sister is going to take it to her new house eventually, but they have to like rent a truck and everything. And I'm still torn on what we want to get. We've had this one for a long time, but it just takes up so much space, and I'd like to get something that we could use more, like the Blackstone. I feel like at the Bay we use it like every day. It's great for breakfast, and just being a large family in general, like going out there and just throwing everything on the Blackstone is great. But I still want something that also has like the grill on the side, not just like the flat cooktop, so we'll see. But now we're attaching the balloons to this arch using these like industrial clips that you can buy at Dollar Tree. You can also get them on Amazon, so just clipping them on using these like black clips. I mean, I think you know what I'm talking about. But they're just heavy duty black clips. Sometimes they have them in the craft aisle at the Dollar Tree as well. I love how this all came out just using like pillows and blankets that I've had from the past years that were in the basement, and it just was very cozy lounge area. We also did light a fire to help keep everyone warm, which was really nice. I didn't do s'mores because honestly with that many people it's just too much and too hectic. So anyway, I'm really loving how this looks out here because I feel like all these little touches just made it like cozy and comfy out here. Same with these pillows. We had these like directly across from that couch setup, so if people wanted to sit over here they could. And then we have the speakers set up for the movie and for music. And right now you really can't see that well on screen here, but this was all like very green, so of course I'm using a magic eraser to kind of get that off. I have power washed it in the past, so sometimes I feel like it takes longer than this, so I was just quickly doing this ahead of time.
You can chase me, but I make you starve. You're a pawn bitch, just a pawn bitch. Run for your life, I seek you hide. You can chase me, 'cause I'm right behind. You're a pawn bitch.
Next, I'm just adding some little touches. So I got this from Walmart. I think I showed you one of my like last day in the life vlogs, like the little webbing and all of that. I know everyone says like this is bad for birds and all that, but it's just out for tonight. It's not like I keep it out all of October. We took it down the next morning, but it does again just like add a little decor, little touch. And then I also used caution tape and this other one, I forget what it says, I can't really read something, I forget, but anyway, I crisscrossed these over all of the deck. I wish I would have gotten an overview, but this was party day, so I feel like that's why I was like having a hard time focusing on like shots for the video. But I have a question, be honest, and this goes for people that have kids as well, but do you feel like September and October like flew by? Of course I always feel like summer flies by because it's fun, but I feel like September and October not only flew by, but they were busier than I remember. I know I have 4 kids in school. My youngest is in preschool, but still, like, I don't know if that's what it is, but we've had sports for everyone. Maybe that's what it is, because this is the first year that I've had 4 kids in soccer. Before, it was just the boys, so maybe that's what it is. We have dance. I don't know, but I definitely feel like the time has just flown by, and it's been crazy busy. I also do like a lot of volunteering at the kids' schools and sign up to help with their events and parties. So maybe just all of it combined has made these months really fly by. I'm hoping that January and February fly by because those are my least favorite months, because that's when I really feel like, okay, winter depression is hitting in, like I need summer now. But anyway, let me know if it's also been very busy for you guys, because it just feels so busy. Now I'm just cutting up limes for, like, I like to set up like a little tray, like shot area for anybody who likes to do shots.
For you patiently, 'cause this is my reality. Hope is such an evil thing. Always keeps me wondering. Maybe you'll be here one day. Or maybe it's reason enough to stay. 'Cause the
when I went to Dollar Tree, I got these glass jars for our spoons for dirt, like just extra spoons, as well as an area for straws. And then I wanted to add like a little touch. So this was leftover ribbon that I had from doing the class favors for Everly's Halloween party. So I just wanted to add a little touch, and I also found some Halloween stickers at Dollar Tree as well.
Cause I just can't fight the feeling. No, I just can't fight the feeling anymore. And I know you won't be picking up, but I just can't fight the feeling anymore.
Next, we are assembling our dirt and worms, and I have these little like buckets with shovels from last year that I washed and saved, but they're just like a cute, again, little touch. It's funny because the kids will always be like, well, I added another touch, and I'm like, where do they get that from? And then I realized that like I'm always saying like, oh, just add a touch of this, or just like add this little touch. So yep, that's where they get it from.
Without you, now my skin glows and it shines like glue. I'm pretty without you, pretty without you, pretty without you, pretty without you. I get my beauty sleep without you. No more nicotine turning my hands blue. I'm pretty without you, pretty without you, pretty without you.
All right, not to be a Debbie Downer, but I can't make these without talking about food coloring. You know that we recently found out that that is what triggers my son's migraines, so we were very careful about him having food coloring, and he's also very careful because he doesn't want to feel the way that it makes him feel. I was shocked to find out day of that the Jell-O brand pudding has red 40 in it and like all other kinds of food coloring, and then I couldn't find gummy worms that didn't have food coloring, so my sister luckily made like this s'mores dish that had no food coloring in it, so he still got to have a treat that he enjoyed. But I would love to find like a pudding that doesn't add red 40 to it, because one, I don't need my son having migraines, and two, we already have red 40 in our grenadine, which I don't even know if they make grenadine without red 40, but you know, I would just feel bad because I want him to be able to enjoy all of the things that the other kids get to enjoy, but I'm still like new to finding things without food coloring.
Taking care of myself, haven't done that in forever. No mascara under my eyes since you left with your lie. No makeup on my sleeve, now I can't keep it.
I'm just cleaning up this area for the dirt and worms to set up over here. At first, I did have the food inside, like telling people to come inside and eat, but then I realized like a lot of people are just still mingling outside, so I did wind up bringing the hot food outside. But I did leave like the treats and shots and stuff in here so people would come inside for that. And then by the end of the night, it got really cold, so whoever was left at the party, we were just all hanging out inside. And like I said, I wouldn't change anything. It was such a perfect night, just that we got more pictures.
I'm so beautiful without you. Now my skin glows and it shines like glue. I'm pretty without you. Baby, don't know what to say, but something in it drives me crazy. I know it shows. So tell me, when you lay alone in your bed, do you still dream of me? I think it shows. When I'm thinking alone, every second without you, losing it all. Let's make pancakes at midnight.
All right, guys, apple cider is here, so now I'm adding that. And you also see how I just like draped this black netting over the grill to give it a touch. But again, like a lot of times, like I don't have an exact plan for these parties, but I have these decorations and I'm like, oh, this looks good here. So if you are like planning a party and you don't know exactly what you're going to do, you can start a few days in advance and just figure it out as it goes. That's kind of what I usually do. So I am showered no, I'm not showered at this point. I'm doing the grenadine shots before I go ahead and shower, and this is for our Sprite Shirley Temple wall. This is nostalgic for the kids. Like the kids that came here for a second year in a row were like, oh, I'm so happy to have this again. So this is going to be something that we have to keep at the Halloween party. The only thing I would change next year for the Halloween party besides the pictures is that I would try to do things more in advance. It was just such a crazy week, and Ella's field trip and just other school meetings and things like that, and sports, and I don't know. But I definitely feel like I could have done more in advance and didn't. So next year, hopefully I will. But definitely keeping our annual Halloween party because it's such a blast. So here's the Sprite champagne wall. At this point, I had just gotten ready, gotten out of the shower, and I'm quickly setting up the island last minute. Again, wish I would have done things a little bit quicker. But you can see I'm ready. The girls have their dresses on, and Chris and I are doing some teamwork here to get things together. Basically doing the same exact setup I had last year. I'm going to change it next year. I put 2 black lights on the end, which at night makes the candles look really cool. And then just some black velvet skulls that I had and some spiders that I grabbed from Dollar Tree. So here's just some small little overviews of things that I did remember to get overviews of. But I hope that you all enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. I hope that you all have an amazing Halloween. I am going to put out a schedule later this week because I am not going to upload on Halloween or Election Day because it just doesn't make sense to because people are so busy. But I'm still going to upload just on different days next week. So stay tuned and look at my community tab or my Instagram at t.beaston for updates on that. But again, I hope that you enjoyed this video and I hope that you and your family have an amazing Halloween.
Whenever your heart is broken, don't ever forget you're golden. I will find the light in your soul, I'll be there. Never leaving you in the darkness, even when you're out of focus. I will be the light in your life, you'll see it clear. I'll be your inspiration.